All right, Nick. Round one, pick number 24. The Dallas Cowboys. Your Dallas Cowboys are on the clock. Who do you have them taking in the first round of the NFL draft?
So America's team with the 24th pick in the first round is getting Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah. Listen, this is sort of a value pick, not necessarily a need pick. They'd probably love to go corner or safety here, but Stingley, Booth, and McDuffie are all going to be gone. There isn't really after Daxton Hill's going to be gone. Kyle Hamilton's going to be gone. So those two positions of needs, the best players are off the board. You're not going to reach. So I think a guy like Lloyd here is just an excellent defensive playmaker. He was extremely productive at Utah. In 3 years, 40 plus tackles for loss, sideline to sideline, physical, tough player. He's a big play guy. And you really get a guy like Lloyd to kind of free up Micah Parsons. This way, Micah Parsons doesn't have to worry so much about being traditional middle, strong side linebacker kind of situations where he's got to fight off tight ends or a lot of offensive linemen and focus on playing the run. Instead, he can be just a dynamic playmaker at the pass rusher position, and Lloyd gets to become that guy. And it's a natural fit. Leighton Vander Esch is going to be a free agent, so they need to replace that position anyway. So I think it's just an easy selection to improve the defense.
I think it's a great pick, and I think there's one key factor here. How many injuries has he had in college? If it's not that many, great pick. If it is that many, you got to wonder, is the Sean Lee, Leighton Vander Esch, Cowboys middle linebacker getting an injury bug for so on and so forth? Going to keep going. But I don't think so. I think this is a great pick. Devin Lloyd from Utah, linebacker, like you said, frees up the middle of the field under his watchful eye, allows Micah Parsons to go off and be the pure as mother's milk playmaker that he's been all season long, defensive rookie of the year. Really just a great player. So I think this is a great pick for the Cowboys here.
Okay, moving on to the second round, pick number 56. Here they address safety. They get Lewis Cine, safety out of Georgia. So Cine is not a deep third, free safety, middle of the field guy. He is an in the box safety. He's physical. He's tough. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube after you're watching all of our content and watch us hit on Kyle Pitts when they played Florida a couple years ago. He is a devastating tackler. He plays with a lot of energy and a lot of aggressiveness. He is a playmaker. He's exactly what the Dallas defense is built on. They already have a guy, I think, in KZ that they want to keep as their deep safety, even though he's a free agent. So he's going to be their deep safety. And a guy like Cine can come in and be an aggressive guy in the box, help support the running game, and just be kind of a hit man, control the middle of the field. Remember, Dan Quinn, who stuck along the defensive coordinator, his success in Seattle was a large part because Cam Chancellor was there making big plays in that kind of role. I think a guy like Cine can come in and fit that role right away and give a boost to this Dallas secondary.
I agree with that 100%. I think Cine had a lot of big plays this season. I think he was an integral part of that Georgia defense who did so well. And I think when you're looking at safeties and when you're looking at secondary guys, they have to have played against the best competition. And coming from Georgia in the SEC with some of the best receivers, NFL-ready receivers, playing against those guys all the time, I think that's a big step up on the competition from maybe like a McDuffie or someone like that who's playing in Washington. And it doesn't have quite the competition. I think this might be a little bit his ceiling isn't quite as high, but he could be ready right now to step in and take an NFL starter role.
Yeah, you're exactly right. All right, moving on to third round, pick number 88. We have Dallas taking receiver Romeo Doubs out of the University of Nevada. So this is a 100% Michael Gallup replacement. Michael Gallup's a free agent. He's most likely going to get big money by some team in the offseason. Doubs is not quite the big play, win the ball deep downfield as Gallup was. He's kind of a really shifty, explosive, great lateral quickness, moves out of breaks. He's a run after catch guy. He catches short stuff and breaks it into big plays. He was very, very productive at Nevada, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, was a finalist to the Blitnikoff Award, which is the best wide receiver in college football in 2020. He comes in and he doesn't have to be a number one guy. Obviously, they have CeeDee Lamb. They want to run the football. He can come in and be integrated into the offense slowly and effectively. And I think it's a great fit as they look to replace Gallup, who's going to take a big deal somewhere else. And Dallas, frankly, doesn't have the cap space for Gallup. So going young here in the draft is just the best move.
And I think this is a perfect fit because as we saw with another really great team, the Kansas City Chiefs, getting younger and getting faster at wide receiver is a really good move. It opens up the field. If you've got speedsters all around and no one knows who to cover, it really opens up for a more dynamic offense, which Dallas likes to run, spread them out a lot, let Dak use his arm, opens up the hole for Pollard or Zeke or somebody like that. So I think this is a really great fit with Doubs coming in and maybe filling in the second or third string of wide receiver slot or the other side of the field from Lamb, who really looks like a superstar receiver. I think it's a great pick.
Right. So in conclusion, we've got Dallas taking Devin Lloyd, linebacker of Utah, to kind of free up Micah Parsons, number one. We got an in-the-box safety from Georgia, Lewis Cine, in the second round. In the third round, we got wide receiver Romeo Doubs to kind of replace Michael Gallup opposite of CeeDee Lamb.